people are campaigning against fracking for natural gas. Well, I'm a journalist and I wanted to find out if they were telling the truth. What could possibly go wrong?
Excuse me. You think it's appropriate that...
Okay, that's it.
Hey, get the out of here. Hey.
There's blood.
No, this is bull. I'm sick and tired of this.
Well, frack off. That's basically what the Frozen River Film Festival in Minnesota is telling filmmaker Phelim McAleer. He says they canceled the screening of his pro-fracking documentary, Fracknation, citing the director's ties to the oil and gas industry as a major reason. Maybe the film's message, maybe its unquestioned research was the reason, or maybe this fellow was the reason. Phelim McAleer joins me right now. Well, I don't buy the reason why they're telling you it's not airing. I just don't buy it. What do you think's going on?
Well, they've given lots of different reasons. Initially, they said because the filmmaker wasn't present. Now they're saying it's because there's consensus, it's not a documentary. Then they're saying there's funding, it was funded by Kickstarter, which is somehow strange. They're all over the place. They're very vague. I think we all know the answer to it. I mean, they're showing two anti-fracking documentaries. Filmmakers are not being present for either of those. There's one pro-fracking, if you want to call it, documentary, and that's Fracknation. That's not allowed. The people of Minnesota are not allowed an alternative point of view at the Frozen River Film Festival. No dissent allowed.
All right, and did anyone just make that clear? No, the theme of this whole thing is that fracking is bad. A lot of these alternative energy, strategies are bad. We just can't tell you that on the record. So your film, you personally just don't fit in here. Like, no, that's like me on the Upper West Side every day. I'm told I don't fit in. I don't know.
Yes. Very much so. Well, thank God we all don't fit in. I mean, that's exactly it. I mean, they said there was a national consensus that this is not a documentary. I mean, are they making a film festival for the consensus, or are they making a film festival for people to ask questions? There's all this anti-fracking emotion out there, and there's movies full of emotion. I approach it from a journalistic point of view. Where's the evidence? Where's the facts? Where's the scientific evidence? And maybe that's what they don't like. That it's a very detailed, I mean, the New York Times thought Fracknation was a documentary. They called it meticulously researched and provocative. But obviously the directors of the Frozen River Film Festival, they just don't want it. As you say, I don't fit in. But they said they got advice from the Sundance Film Festival and decided not to show it after that. But the Sundance Film Festival, 10% of its films this year are funded by Kickstarter. So that doesn't make sense.
No, I didn't know
either.
that. But when you look at this, the same thing you criticize in their documentaries that are anti-fracking, did you concede any points in your largely anti-fracking documentary that are legitimate concerns that or in your pro-fracking documentary that raise the same concerns the anti-fracking community, the threat to our water supply? Did that ever come up in yours so someone could say, well, give Phelim credit, he gave a fair and balanced look at this?
There are lots of concerns about fracking, but really, if you ask scientists, the EPA say there has never been a single case of fracking ever having contaminated water in America, ever.
Do you ever get the feeling they're waiting for that, though? I mean, a dirty water supply. Someone will try any which way they can to tie it to fracking, and then they have their smoking gun.
Oh, listen, they tie everything to fracking. My dog's sick, my granny's sick, my husband doesn't like me anymore. I've heard it all on the road. But when you go and ask them for the scientific evidence, I went to Dimock, Pennsylvania, which is supposed to be the ground zero of fracking contamination. I went there and they had independent testing. They won't release the results. The local state scientists went in and said the water was clean. The EPA went in and said the water is clean. 3 strikes and you're out. It hasn't happened. There's been 1 million wells fracked in the United States.
And leaving aside all the millions of jobs it could get us and all the energy independence it's already giving us, that none of that comes up,
Yeah, but I don't buy that argument, funny enough. I don't, you know, if you run with the jobs argument, you're almost saying, okay, we're going to cause damage, but the jobs are worth it. It's not actually like that. There is no contamination. There's almost no downside. There's more traffic. The places are busy. It's an industrial process very often in the countryside. But apart from that, you know, this is about freedom of speech. This is about quashing an alternative point of view. They don't seem to like diversity of opinion at these film festivals.
No, you're right about that. And I give you credit for not even doing the, you know, the low-hanging fruit, you know, approach and seize on that and say, look at the jobs and all. You just don't even bother with that. You just go right for find me the evidence that supports what you're saying, and
yes.
I can't find it.
Yes.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Well, you're a brave man, and you maintain your wits and sense of humor at the same time. Thank you, sir.
Oh, thank you. It's an absolute pleasure, actually. It's great fun bringing the truth to places that don't want it.
Well, it's great fun watching you. Thank you. In the meantime,